Coach Curry, congratulations on the big win. Can we get your opening thoughts on the game?
Well, another quality win over a quality team that's having a great year, and that just felt like Friday night Division I college baseball. You had great players all over the field, and I was proud of our team for rising to that moment. We did not have to give a speech. We didn't have to pump them up. But they knew the importance. They know the importance of this weekend. The tone's always set on the mound, and with 8 days rest, Hoss was brilliant and just made big pitch after big pitch against a really good hitting club. I think he only made 2 mistakes the whole night in 120 pitches, 118, something like that. And the defense behind, pitching and defense, we got our timely hits, and we had a good first inning, but the pitching and defense tonight was stellar. The combination of Hoss and Jake blocked a ton of balls, ton of strike threes, and had 2 caught stealings even when we were playing behind there in the 9th inning. And Alex with the deke play, that was just a HWA, how to win awareness is what we call it, just making a play. Skyler went in the 4-hole, I think in the 6th inning after a tough at bat. Would have been easy for him to pout, but he makes a play to his left to cut down a runner. And then don't forget Luke Pechtel. 2 plays, I believe it was in the 7th inning, where he went over his shoulder, find the ball, and track the ball down to keep Hoss's pitch count. 8 of our first 9 hitters had a quality at bat. And then we have a chart, we measure that. And Alex with the leadoff homer, and then I think it went triple, and then maybe a double. I'm not sure, but the guys were given a plan by Coach Sanders and against a great arm, Dow, who was tough on us last year, and they executed that plan really, really well. And SEMO quieted the game down through the middle innings. The arm, I think Johnston, that came in, low to mid 90s, great slider, good changeup. It's a good arm. I know his numbers aren't great, but it doesn't matter. That guy could pitch for anybody, and we finally got some pitches that we could manufacture some runs. Jake, 2-strike base hit in the 4-hole. Then I think they try to pick him off. He goes to second or steals it, and then a beautiful steal of third base, and then a wild pitch, and kind of manufacture a run all by himself. Those little things are what we've been talking about, and just really proud to get this first one tonight.
Coach, 2 of the stats that stood out at the beginning of the year were the 96% of at-bats retained and 84% of inning pitch retained. You returned 25, yet still you're getting offensive production by guys that maybe didn't as much last year.
Right.
Great pitching performances by guys who are just showing out as of late. I guess talk about how, even when you run it back with 25 returners, how no year is alike to any other one in college baseball.
Yeah, it's a great point, a great question. One thing that our message was, a year older doesn't always mean a year better. And we're having new guys this year that are having great years, and we're only halfway through the season. Guys that were maybe all conference last year or had accolades, it's different names. And I think that speaks to the maturity and the depth of our roster. And they don't panic. And you got some guys that aren't off to the start in the first half maybe that they're wanting, some other guys, but then you got other guys like Jake that are stepping up and just really showing that they've been around a long time. They're wise. They understand how they're being pitched. They understand situations. Hoss, this is his 3rd year in our program, and he's learned how to pitch, and he reinvented himself and made a couple of adjustments this offseason. He and his brother worked really hard in the offseason. Brother's a major leaguer, Colton Brewer, and those guys really worked on some things, and you're seeing the result of it out there on the mound of just because I'm older, I'm not going to continue to do things the same way and expect success. I've got to make an adjustment and get better. So yeah, it's a different guy every night. It's a new hero every game, and that just speaks, in my opinion, to the depth of the roster.
And 124 pitches for Hoss, tremendous outing. Great stretch for him. What were the conversations like in between the innings, if there were any?
Yeah.
Was there any question of taking him out, or was it go all the way?
Well, the conversation started last weekend when we were on short rest for Easter, and he pitched great last weekend and was in the conversation pitcher of the week last week. But we could have sent him back out. We pulled him out an inning early with our eyes a little bit because we had the game in a good place last weekend, in our opinion, and wanted to save him an extra 15 pitches, knowing that tonight he would get 8 days rest. That's why we're comfortable going with 120 pitches. And look at Hoss. He's 6'6", he's 225. He's a horse. He's built himself up through his conditioning to handle a game like this that lines up perfectly with 8 days rest and not being overextended the last 2 starts. But later in the game, Coach Cox and we didn't even look at each other. There, we were ready. We had guys down the pen moving around, but you could just tell by the body language and the look that was Hoss's game, and he wasn't coming out.
Thanks, Coach. Great win.
Thank you. Go Trojans.
Hey, got Hoss Brewer and Jake Wright. Hoss, we really just want to get your thoughts. How does it feel to throw the first complete game in almost a year?
I mean, yeah, it felt great. Everything was working, but I couldn't have done it without, Jake right here blocking balls, throwing guys out, and the defense just on fire, making every play.
And Jake, you and Hoss and the other starting pitchers, really the whole pitching staff, you guys have had really good chemistry all year. What's kind of gone into that energy that you guys have had and you guys have created this year?
It's all about how they set the tone from pitch number 1, and Hoss is a guy that does that. I've caught a lot of great Friday night guys here. Hayden Arnold, Jackson Wells, obviously he's still here. But it's just how they carry themselves from the get-go, and there's never any waiver of confidence. They're just always locked in and on go mode.
Jake, 3-hit day. You've been feeling it with the bat lately. You're steady behind the plate in your time here, and showed it off on the base paths as well. Really a complete performance. Wondering, was that steal drawn up, or did you just time him down? Saw you got a great jump, couple shuffles.
Yeah, it's just something we work on a lot in practice, and when you get it, you're expected to be there, and I felt like I had it, so I went for it. It worked out.
And then saw, we don't want to say a rare show of emotion, but you're pretty fired up after you got the throw out of their speedy guy there at second on the delayed steal. That seemed like a big moment in the game. Where did that energy come from?
Yeah, I wanted Hoss to finish that game, and it was there in the ninth. Strike him out, throw him out, nothing better than that. And I knew after 1 out away, he's got it. So
Great win. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.